y'all, it's your girl Janai and I'm back with another YouTube video. But before this video starts, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. I should want to take this off. We're just gonna leave it on. It don't matter. Hey y'all, before this video starts, I just want to say thank you guys for 100 subscribers. Clap it up, y'all did y'all big one, and thank you for the love from the last video. I really appreciate it. I feel like that video was going to get a lot of coverage, and I sure was right. But yeah, we're 900. That means we're 900 more closer to 1K subscribers. So we're doing our big one. But today's video, we're gonna get a little bit more personal, as in life less like, I don't know. This is more like a honey, let's sit down and talk. If you found this video, that means it was meant to find you, and you're in the right place at the right time right now. So I want to talk about self-love and how I learned to love myself. At the age of 21, I can say that my confidence level is through the roof. And just to let you know, it took a minute to get this far. So as a black woman, it's one of our main struggles that we struggle with is self-love, because we are in fact the most disrespected and hated species, people in America. There's always somebody saying something bad about a black woman. We're always getting bashed. We're always getting targeted. I'm going to say we're always getting targeted when it comes to crime, conversation, arguments that literally have most of the time has nothing to do with us, but we're brought into it anyway, and then we get bashed, and it is like too much, a whole lot of. So I can say I've had a problem with self-love because growing up, I didn't really have my mother tell me I'm beautiful. So, and you know, my dad told me I was beautiful, like, oh, you look pretty, or like my grandmother, but my mom never really told me I was pretty. So I didn't really know if I was pretty or not, well, to other people. What's funny was that I always told myself I was, Janai, you're gorgeous, Janai, you're this. Because I would look in the mirror and I would think that I was gorgeous, but it didn't really matter to me unless somebody else said it to me, as if, you know, me saying it to myself wasn't enough. So for a while, through my teenage, like from teenagers, it also go into play of relationships. When it comes to self-love, it's very important that you love yourself first before you get in a relationship, because then you feel like you'll be dependent on that person to tell you if you look beautiful, or you base your value on how that person views you and not how you view yourself. So I could say relationship wise, I was the type, well, say if I was in a relationship and I didn't really have self-love for myself, I would pour more into others and not pour into myself, which is a very harmful thing you can do, because then you drain yourself as a person. Yes, you can have a good heart. Yes, you can do good things with good intentions, but however, you can also self-sabotage yourself by doing that and lose yourself doing that, because you feel as if your value doesn't mean anything unless a man is involved. And I feel like that's another conversation, but I feel like it plays into the self-love video. So I'm gonna see if I can put this together. Holy Spirit guide me through this video, because I can be all over the place. So basically, my conscience, when I was elementary school, my consciousness of me knowing if I'm questioning if I'm pretty or not started when I was in elementary school. I was on the chubby side. I had baby fat. So, you know, I always felt as if you weren't skinny, you weren't pretty. If you were big, if you were chubby, whatever, you weren't pretty. Which is sad to think of that, how you like to have that type of mindset when you're a little kid, like you're literally in elementary school, and you feel as if just because you're on the chubby side, you don't feel pretty, or people don't think you're pretty. But yeah, I always felt like I wasn't pretty because I was chubby. I felt like I just didn't feel good in my skin because I didn't have people. I would see people in elementary school getting compliments, whatever, or popular people get that are pretty or whatever get popular. I'm just like, maybe because I'm not making the cut because I'm on the bigger side, and I guess I'm not pretty. I guess I don't meet the criteria. Which in some cases was true, but it was not, because it's just like there was sometimes I would look at kids and I'm just like, I'm the same weight as you, but why do I feel like I'm different, and like why do I feel like I'm different and you fit the roster? But anyway, yeah, my self-love issue started when I was in elementary school. Whenever I wore clothes, like my parents, they were the type to put me in fly stuff, but the fly stuff was never like skin tight. I always felt like I had to wear skin tight stuff to feel pretty as well, which is crazy. So like whenever I used to wear a uniform in elementary school, so we would have baggy khakis, baggy shirt, and like even though my parents would buy me that, I always feel like fat, like I always feel big and not pretty. And so I would literally walk around not feeling good about myself, like feeling like sugar honey iced tea, literally. And it was the worst feeling ever. Yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable in my own clothes. Like I didn't even feel comfortable in my own skin. So fast forward, I mean, it took a toll on me, but it really didn't. I had my days where it's just like, okay, I don't really care, like, you know. It was just like a thought that would pass my mind. Now in middle school is something lethal. I feel like middle school is where a lot of kids are dealing with hormones and you know, developing mentally and different type of consciousness. They're realizing a lot of things, and you know, they're trying to navigate in the world, trying to figure who they are. Like it's just a whole bunch of kids just trying to figure out who they are, and it's kind of hard to do that when them kids don't know who they are and they feel as if they're supposed to act a certain way. It's just a whole lot of anger, a whole lot of either family problems, home problems, or whatever. So in middle school, you know, I'm out of uniform. Okay, now I can wear clothes, and I was dealing with, could I say trying to think. It was bad. It was bad in middle school. I think it got worse for me. Like a sensitive topic was my weight. I feel that was just a whole thing for me. Like I felt like if I was skinnier, you know, people will find me pretty, but I've always been pretty. I was just chubby. Like I had a baby face and everything, and it was also a battle of me where I rooted at a point in my life where I felt like I wanted to look older, because I would see people in middle school that look cute, like kind of mature for them, and they're getting hit on or whatever, and I'm just like, why can't I look like that? Why do I have to have a baby face? Like it was such like a hard thing for me. Like every day I'll have my days where I just don't feel like it, like I just don't want to go to school, but I have to go because, you know, I ain't got no choice. But like literally I would walk around and just feel so icky in my skin, like just feel so disgusting. Like it was so bad, and it's very sad to feel like that at such a young age. But you know, along with people, I didn't have people affirm me. If I was pretty or not. Like I would literally wear this, go to school, wear this, go to school. So it was just like and if somebody did like me, I would think they're joking because I didn't feel pretty. I would think like, why are you liking somebody like me? Like I'm literally chubby. Like I don't think, because you know I'm chubby, I don't think I'm pretty. So you must, you know, be playing a game on me. You must be tricking me. You must be playing mind games. Where's the camera? Is this a prank? Like it was so bad. Bless my middle school heart. Even in 7th grade, right? There was this dude. He was real tall. His name was, I'm not gonna say a name, but his name started with an F. We're gonna call him Caden, whatever. So I had a huge crush on him. But you know, I felt like I needed to keep it under wraps because I'm like, look at me, I was in a mindset of like, wait, I'm way out of your league. Like I shouldn't, let me just keep that on the wraps and keep that to myself. And you know, the funny thing is, like, I literally went to school with the class and then wanted to dip. Like, I didn't want to talk to anybody because I was just like, I'm already in a middle school where people feel like you're supposed to act a certain way, and I'm not that. So I'm just gonna hurry up so I can get this day over with. But like, what's funny is that he actually liked me back. Like, he was like, when I tell you, this man was beautiful, like, no BS. Like, tall, pretty eyes, dark complexion, really pretty skin. Everybody wanted him, right? But you know, so when I found out he had a crush on me because he used to call me baby and stuff like that, you know, fast. Like, other than that, and I would feel so insecure. I'm just like, why do you like somebody like me? Like, I'm not popular, I'm not a cheerleader or whatever, So it was like a part of me pushed, like, I would push myself like away, like I would push him away from me. Like, I would like, oh, you can't like me for the sake of your career in middle school, career reputation. I think it's best if you not like me. But you know, it kept going till I transferred to another middle school. And you know what's also, somebody had the nerve to say to me, that also fueled me not like having the thinking because I'm fat, like I can't be pretty. When some dude, start with a J, I'm not gonna say, we don't say names on here because we're not gonna do that, but I happened to go to high school went to high school with him, but we were friends, but I guess we were just cool, whatever. Like, we would hang out in school, but like, I had some girl let me put lipstick on, right? I thought it was so pretty. I thought it looked pretty, right? You know, I went, so once, it was like at the end of my first class, and then I went to my second class, which was next door, and the two boys that I hung out with were friends, I guess you could call us, because we would hang out every day in that class. They were like, oh, you got lipstick on. Hold on. Sorry. He was like, oh, you got lipstick on, let me see. I turn around, one of the dudes who should have had no room to talk had the nerve to tell me, oh yeah, you look good, but if you lose a little weight, you even look more pretty. I'm like, I just nodded. Okay, like, I was so embarrassed. I immediately took that lipstick off. Like, oh my gosh, hold on, let me, my lips felt a little dry. I felt so embarrassed. I immediately wiped it off my lips. And I was like, oh my gosh. I felt embarrassed the whole class period. I didn't want to talk. I was just like, wow. Wow, like, oop, train. Okay, going forward to high school. High school, if I can remember, high school was a blur for me, but it wasn't. High school was just, because at times I was annoying in high school. I'm not even gonna lie. So my conception of a lot of stuff, it was a bit of a blur for me in high school. I just know I was still insecure. I didn't really have self-love of myself. I didn't want, like, it was bad. Like, there would be moments where I try to look older, like I try to act older, but it just didn't work because I'm just so kid-like. Like, I had such a battle mentally, and along with me going through personal stuff at home, it was just like I had too much going on at such a young age. High school and I don't really know. I just know I was self-conscious. Like, I would wear hoodie. Like, I was self-conscious about my arms in high school. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. I was self-conscious about my arms. Even in middle school, I was self-conscious. My mom would be like, I would pick on myself a lot. She would notice that. She was like, why are you picking on yourself? Your arms is not even that big. Like, and I was like, no, it is. It really wasn't. I used to have bad stretch marks at high school. They've lightened up now, but I used to have bad stretch marks. I didn't like that. I even said, like, I remember I was walking into, me and my mom, we were living in a townhouse at the time. And I remember before we walked through the front door to get in the house, I saw my stretch marks and I was like, I can't wait till I get older so I can get some tattoos to cover it up. Like, it was I don't want to cover it now. I love my stretch marks, and it's not as like viewing as it used to be, but if it is, like, if I still had the mindset back then that I have now about, you know, if me being insecure, I would have definitely got them covered up, because I don't have a tattoo and I don't think I plan on getting one. But if I did get a tattoo and I was still insecure like back then, and my stretch marks were bad, I would have got it covered. That was like the first tattoo I would ever got. Like, I was so adamant about that. And so going back to the weight part, in high school I started starving myself. Yo, please don't do this, please don't do this. I started starving myself because I wanted to lose weight. I felt like from middle school, from little kid, my family, Garrett family, has a thing where it comes to legs. We're known for having thick thighs in a way. So from like a very young kid, because I was chubby, I've always looked at my thighs and picked at it. I was like, why are they so big? Why can't they be much smaller? So in high school, I started starving myself. Like, I didn't eat school lunch, and that took a toll on me. Like, I literally come from school tired as ever, famished. I would be cold going to school. Like, my iron was low. Like, it was so bad. Like, I used like, and then I know people wondering, like, Janai, how'd you lose weight? Da, 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 da. I didn't really tell you what I did. I just told them, oh, I used to just dance at the house. I did used to dance at the house because I have these urges still to this day where I want to get up and it's like late butt naked at night. No. Ass crack of dawn. It'd be like 2 or 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the morning, and just get this burst of energy to just start dancing and sweating up a storm. But I used to tell them I just did that. I did do that, but I used to starve myself. So y'all don't do this, don't please. So I could say high school, starving myself, it's really a blur for me, but I can say I was very much uncomfortable in my own skin. And the point of this video is to really inform y'all on how to really love yourself. It takes a lot. What I did to learn to love myself. I had my ex-best friend, she actually helped me realize that you have to pour into yourself before you can pour to somebody else. And then a dynamic with me from when I was a kid was like, I wonder who I'm gonna marry, because I just want to pour so much love into them. And then I didn't realize how harming it was to have that mindset, because I just wanted to love on someone so bad. Like, it was to the point where I think I didn't care like if they did me dirty. It was just like, I want to show you love and pour into you as how I feel. That was also like a people pleasing thing that I had. But I feel like, should that be another video? I don't know. But that was also like a people pleasing thing. I'm like, oh, you don't like me, I will get that person to like me. Oh, he don't like me, but I like him. I can show him how, you know, I can show him that, you know, I'm likable or I'm attractive. It was so bad, and that went all the way up to college, like my freshman, sophomore year. Like, but my ex-best friend, she told me that I have to learn to pour into myself before I can pour into others, because you can, especially if someone battling at the time that didn't know who I was. Like, teenage me was a trip. Like, my parents can tell you, like, the sugar honey iced tea I put them through because I let somebody in my ear, or I was just smelling myself, I was feeling myself. But the whole time I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I thought I knew everything, and I ain't knew diddly squat. So it was just like, but yeah, from that time to like sophomore year of college, I've had that problem with self-love. And what did you do, Janai? What did you do to overcome that? I learned to look at myself in the mirror and just tell myself I'm gorgeous, and I stopped comparing myself to other people on the media, because we are all our own person. Why are we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to please others. You know, it's very harmful. Ooh. Sorry. It's very harmful to do that, because then you feel like you have to look a certain way in order to be loved, or in order to be noticed by people. And you have to learn to live for you. Like, you keep comparing yourself to other people, like people getting surgeries, Botox, BBL, saying it's for them, but it's really not for them. It's just to fit a beauty standard that doesn't exist in this world. And you can say, oh, I'm lovable now, I got a BBL, but it's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you. There's always going to be somebody that disagree with what you do. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So I just learned to just like block out people, like block out. I had to learn to figure out who I was and what do I think of me. Like, what do I think of myself? And the things that I have insecurities about, I had to like dig deep. Why do I have insecurity about it? Why do I have insecurity about looking older? Oh, it's because when I was younger, I envied those who looked older because they used to get hit on and stuff like that, and I want that for me. Like, knowing damn well me as a kid was not ready for no relationship, didn't want no boyfriend or nothing, cause I was going through personal shit and personal inner battles. That would have been a disaster. That would have been really toxic for me. And knowing that my mama don't play that, I damn sure wasn't finna do all that. She wasn't finna be on go. I wasn't finna push that boundary. And my dad don't play that. I wasn't finna push that boundary. Like, come on. But yeah, I just learned to not let people get in your head. Because when you let other people get in your head, it's over with. Your mental is I feel like it's the most sensitive thing, because it's so easy for somebody to just reiterate your way of thinking, especially when you don't know who you are. You don't know what type of morals you set. You don't know what you think of yourself. So it's so easy for outside voices to get in your head. And also, when it comes to me being as a person, like I said, I had to realize not everybody's the same. Not everybody's gonna look the same. We all come in different shades, different types. And social media is not real. Social media is not real. It's faker than fake. It's faker than plastic. And then the fact that it's so sad to see children and grown adults reiterate their whole life on social media. They think that social media is real because they're not mentally strong, or they feel as if, oh, if everybody's doing it, I should do it too. And that's very harmful, because you're at your big, I get if you're a kid, because you're learning, but if you're at your big age and you're on social media bashing other people of what they do, or picking on women, or picking on people because they're just like, you don't look a certain way on social media, that means something's wrong with you. You need to change yourself. Knowing damn well, who are you? Who are you to say that? And when it comes to beauty standards, quote unquote, who gave the quote unquote beauty standards the beauty standard? Who said that this was a beauty standard? Who said we have to follow it? You know what I'm saying? So, learning to love yourself, and self-love can be also figuring out what you love to do. Like, what's your hobbies? What makes you laugh? What makes you happy? I found out making videos makes me happy. For a minute, I've been on and off with YouTube, like I said, but making YouTube videos makes me really happy, and I love doing that. Talking to people, relating to others makes me really happy. Crocheting makes me happy. Like, you just having to be able to find, it's basically a whole self-discovery. Self-love is a self-discovery. It's discovering who you are outside of a man, or outside of a woman, or outside of feeling like you need people around you to complete you, or outside of friendships, and learning to be alone, learning to look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. Learn to look in the mirror and not be disgusted of what you see, because your mind's been reiterated to feel as if because you look this way you should hate yourself, because you look this way you should change yourself. God has made us in his own image, which there was no mistake when we were made. My nose is this big because my nose is meant to be this big. My face is a baby face because my face is meant to be a baby face. I'm this short because I'm meant to be this short. My boobs look big. It's not big, but it looks big in this shirt. My arms are this way because they're meant to look this way. My boobs are this way because they're meant to look this way. My stomach this way because it's meant to look this way. You know, so it's just like I have a mole on my face because I'm meant to have a mole on my face. My ears are this way because I'm meant to have ears like that. Like, it's just, and the list goes on, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's better said than done. Keep in mind, it took me a while to get here, and I'm still, like, I'm not insecure anymore, but, you know, I'm still making sure that when I look in the mirror, I like what I see. Like, I love what I see. My eyebrows are thin. Like, I have baby hairs for eyebrows, but they're meant to be that way because that's just how it was made, and that's just how it grows, and it's okay. My head is this way because it's meant to be this way. So, like, yeah, I feel like it's very important for us to, if you feel as if you can't do it by yourself, therapy works. Relationship with God works. And just taking others out of the equation. And I feel like us as women, we're able to do that now because I see so many butthurt men on social media mad because a lot of women aren't tolerating the BS, or a lot of women are finding hobbies that they enjoy to do outside of a man, and it grinds their gears. And it's so funny to me because if you really think about it, a lot of these bummy men that, you know, want to tear women down, they themselves don't got nothing going for them. They themselves, just like women can go find a hobby, they can't do that. They don't know how to be alone. They don't know how to be emotionally in depth. They don't even know themselves. They don't know how to love themselves. They don't even know the people around them. Some people they even call friends ain't really their friends before because they don't really talk about shit. They don't really go into depth about feelings and mentality, or, you know, all they just talk about is if bitches get money, you know. It's it's really sad, but it's funny because it's just like, you're so butthurt for what? You're so butthurt. Why? Because I found a hobby outside of finding a man. Because I realized having a man does not value myself as a person. Because I realized that society ain't real. The standards in society and the social media ain't real. And I figured to live in a real world and be happy and find peace within myself. Like, you that butthurt? You that mad? Go to find a hobby yourself. Go to therapy. They will do everything but go to therapy. They would tear black women down, but they'll go to therapy. They would bash women and abuse women instead of going to therapy. You're finding a hobby. They rather sleep around women and call it game instead of just going to therapy. It makes no sense. It doesn't. I think a lot of y'all need help. A lot of y'all need help. A lot of y'all do. And I hope. And I'm not saying like I'm not saying like it just comes out of nowhere where men can be so hatred, but it always stems from the parents. A lot of single mothers or just parents who show favoritism towards their son. They don't treat their son with respect. They feel as if like if their son do some shit that they won't let their daughter do, their son get away with it because they're so in love with their son. They're so infatuated with their son. And if it's their daughter, they're just like, F you, figure it out yourself. I'm gonna and that's so crazy how black women, I'm gonna say number one, disrespected people in America, because and you do that to your daughter. Like, you're a black woman yourself and you're treating your daughter, you're disrespecting your daughter, like you're treating your daughter like trash. But that's another conversation. But let's see, am I missing anything else? So when it comes to self-love, what happens when you actually discover it? It feels so peaceful. When you have self-love, when you develop self-love for yourself, it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. It's so peaceful to the point where you feel like you don't even you don't even want a relationship. That's how peaceful it is. Like, I remember in the past, I eager for a relationship, but now that I have so much self-love in myself and I know how to be by myself and just enjoy my own company, it's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, that's the end of this video. My camera is dying, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, if this video helped you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you in any way, shape, or form when it comes to learning self-love, because it took me a while to get here. But yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. I gotta go. My camera's dying. Bye. Love y'all.